Hey there, woman in tech. Do you currently believe that building the skill of bravery has to be hard? Do you believe you have to suffer? Do you believe that it has to be life threatening, stress inducing, and panic inclusive? If you do, you're not alone. Welcome to the Build Your Brave Career podcast, where we flip the script on the tired stereotype that women in and around the tech industry have to be stressed out, overworked, and underpaid. I'm Nicole Trick Steinbach, your host. Forget what you've been taught. Bravery is not a personality trait available only to the brash. Bravery is a skill, and you already have it, which is great because building the skill of bravery is the most powerful way to creating the career and life you really want. As you build your brave, you will stress less, work less, and then earn more. This podcast will help you do just that. Let's dive in. A lot of people believe the idea that being brave has to be hard, but this episode is going to address those questions. And hopefully at the end, you'll have a very different perspective. So keep listening. The idea that being brave has to be hard. It is a common and unhelpful belief, even misconception. It's outdated. It's very masculine in the unhealthy masculine ways. And that focuses on crushing the competition, going to war, leaving it all on the line, blood, sweat, and tears, fighting fires, saving the world, etc. And listen, that can be brave. I think all of those things can belong under the umbrella of bravery, but it's only one small aspect of being brave. And on this podcast, we are looking at the more holistic, more complete definition and approach that aligns with our modern times, addresses healthy masculinity, healthy femininity, and choosing for us as women in tech to stress less, to work less, and to earn more. This type of bravery, it includes speaking up in meetings, asking another question to ensure you understand, choosing not to overwork, taking proper time off. It also includes insisting on the income you deserve for the position that you have and the results you create, saying yes and saying no, and so much more. Bravery does not have to be hard. It can be nurturing and collaborative. Bravery always starts in a moment of discomfort, a choice of growth and stretch. Sometimes it starts in a moment of fear and threat. But that doesn't mean it has to be hard. To prepare for this episode, I reached out to a few clients and I asked if I could share specific stories from the time we were working together. I'm sharing two. The first one is the brave choice to speak up in a meeting. It takes bravery to voice your opinions, to challenge ideas, or even ask a question in a room in which you are the minority or even a room that is disrespectful. That is where this story with my client started. My client was struggling with an all male team. She was the only woman. And this team consistently ignored her questions and her expertise. And this team worked together in person. For context, and this is really important, she was the only person on this team and in this room who had her specific and very necessary expertise. Without her expertise, the product would not be compliant or safe. Instead of allowing the discomfort of this team disrespecting and ignoring her, she chose to bravely state, as the singular expert in this room, please answer my question. And then also, when someone would answer a question that they didn't have the expertise or experience to answer, she would say, as the singular expert in this room, allow me to answer that question correctly. Was it uncomfortable? Yes. She reported that she knows her voice was shaking the first few times she said it. One time that she remembers, her anger flared up more than she wanted, but she reports the dismissal of her expertise came to a grinding halt. It wasn't hard, it was growth. And as a result of insisting upon her expertise, her viewpoints, and her authority, the product was both safe and secure, which then brought her to the attention of a senior director who began mentoring her and had never mentored a woman before. She was then appointed to a massive stretch product and project that she led successfully. She then transitioned that result into a massive promotion at another company with her mentor's support. All of that came from the brave moment of insisting upon respect in the meetings. Over 3 years, she could grow her career 2 levels, increase her salary by over 50,000. And according to her, when asked if I could share the story, quote, decreased her stress exponentially and growing. She has higher responsibility, more income, and less stress. That is brave. Another story, and one that I know many of you want to hear more about, negotiating salary. Asking for the pay or title that reflects your contributions, your expertise, and your results, it is intimidating. It's uncomfortable, especially environments where you might be underpaid or where women aren't really represented at the numbers of society. This is exactly what happened to a client of mine. She discovered that she was being paid $15,000 less than her less experienced, with fewer skills colleague. She chose to use my Build Your Brave career framework to craft her request for a significant salary increase. She started with accountability, choosing who she was going to become and what she was going to accept, then went into clarity, and then went into momentum. If you're not sure what that's about, I have other episodes all about the Build Your Brave framework. Once she knew who she wanted to be and what her goal was, she wanted the equivalent of $20,000 raise. She initiated and then continued a conversation with her boss. It was escalated to his boss and then into her boss. In other words, she moved this conversation 3 layers up the organization. And finally, after many conversations, I think 5 conversations and 3 layers of escalation, the company formally rejected her request. So she left that company. She had decided who she was going to be, and it was not someone who accepted being underpaid. Was she uncomfortable? Yes. Did she need practice and support through the process? Yes. But when I asked her, was it hard? Her answer was, quote, in the moment, yes. But midterm, I'm earning $25,000 more at this new company. And more importantly, I know how to advocate for myself. And that is priceless. These 2 stories of bravery are part of a significant and always growing collection from my clients, because that's what we work on. These are examples that demonstrate the misconception. Bravery doesn't have to be hard. It's not about making brave easy. It's about believing that building your brave career doesn't have to be hard. Till next week, brave it up. If the Build Your Brave Career podcast is helping you reduce your stress, work smarter, or create more income, please share this with a friend.